In Canvas, click on the stocks file, download it, go ahead and open it, go to File, Save As, go to OneDrive, go to your Computers folder, and name it your initials Silver Dollars, or something that means something to you other than Stocks Edited. Hit Save. So let's start here. This is our title, so select A1 through J1. Go up here and in your cell styles, choose title. All right. Select A2, select row 2. Have your mouse over to two-finger click and choose insert. Again, if that's confusing, just select 2 and choose insert. Just keep in mind when you insert a row, it essentially keeps the formatting of the cell that it was above it or is above it. So it's formatted a lot like the Silver Dollar Stock Club. So select A2 through J2. Click Clear Formats. Merge and center. Bold it. Maybe make it 1 bigger. Then select A3 through J3. These are what we call our column headings, and right now a lot of them are bigger than the actual column width. So we're going to tell it to, first of all, apply a cell style, choose heading 2, tell it to wrap our text, make it 1 smaller, so 12. Center these, and we're going to fill them this lightest blue here. Okay. Now, before I go on, what I want to do is I want to change the theme of my Excel sheet. So what should happen when we change the theme is just like in PowerPoint, our titles should look different, our headings should look different, and our default font will be different. So go to Page Layout, Themes, try and choose one that we all have. I don't even know which one we all have, or Integral. Again, if you don't have that one, just choose another one that's blue. Let's select our stocks. Now, if you did not choose Integral, the default font is pretty small. So if you did not choose that one and it's cutting off Home Depot, you're going to need to go up here between A and B and double click just to make it big enough so you can see all the entries. In your Home ribbon then, tell those to right align. Select your symbols. Now, go ahead and select B4 through B12. We're missing a symbol, and it's not Sprint. We're missing the AT&T symbol, so we'll fix that here in a minute. Let's center those. Select B5 through B11. These are the ones we want to cut and paste below or move them 1 cell down. So get that hand cursor, click, and drag down 1 and release. Click in B5 and type a capital T. It should keep that formatting, but it's not for me. So center it if you need to, unbold it if you need to, whatever you need to do there. Okay. Now, the date acquired right now, it's cutting off the year that we purchased those. Now, we did enter them, so we want to see the year. So that is part of our number format. Select C4 through C12. Here in the down arrow by where it says date, click that and go to short date. And there you should see the date, the years there included. And let's go ahead and center those as well. Go ahead and center your shares. Now, I'm going to make some of mine a little bit smaller. Like my shares do not need, that cell does not need to be that big. Neither does my symbol. All right. So we initially purchased these shares, this 440 shares of Apple stock at $64.59. So we need to make these numbers look like money. So select E3 through E12 go up here to where it says general and choose currency. Remember that attaches your $ directly to your amount. Okay. So do the same thing for current price per share. Here we're going to calculate the initial cost. For that, we're going to take the number of shares and multiply that times the initial price per share. So we're going to create a formula. Press equals. Click in the number of shares for Apple, which is D4. Then you're going to multiply that, which is Shift 8, times the initial price per share for Apple, E4. Press enter to seal it. Now, if at any time you see these number signs, just go up and double click in the line between the two cells, autofit
between F and G and double click.
And then you can see it. Now hover your mouse in the lower right hand corner
formula, so we should be
and
able to
fill it down.
Fill that formula down. All right, so the current value works similarly.
You will create a formula by pressing equals. Again, start with the number of shares, D4, multiply that, Shift 8, times the current price per share. We're going to do something here soon to update that. Press enter to seal it. Put your cursor in the lower right hand corner, fill it down.
So to calculate the gain or loss, we're going to take the current value and subtract the initial cost. That way, all of our gains will come out as positive numbers, and our losses will be negative numbers. Okay? So click in cell I4, and we're going to create a formula. Press equals. Take the current value, subtract the initial cost. Click back in that I4, have your mouse over the lower right-hand corner, and drag down. Okay, so right now our negative amount, or a negative sign in front of it, if I wanted to change the look of that, I would go here to more number formats. So because this is not a profit or loss statement for a business, we probably want to not change it to a red number. We're going to go down here and click this bracket so that it puts our negative numbers in a bracket. All right. Click this bracket so that it puts our negative numbers in a bracket. To calculate the percent gain or loss, we're going to create a division formula. So it's going to be equals the actual gain or loss that we have divided by, which is about down there with the question mark, just click it, it's not shift or anything, the initial cost, not the initial price per share, but the initial cost, F4. Press enter. Now, what that's going to give us first is a decimal. Before we fill this down, we want to format it so that way it also copies the formatting when we fill it down. Click your percent style button and increase your decimal twice. Click here and fill down. So go ahead and keep those selected, and we're going to apply some conditional formatting. So what that means is Excel will apply formatting that appears only when the value in a cell meets a condition that you specify. Format differently when the percent is a negative percent. So with those selected, go up here to conditional formatting.
choose New Rule. Where it says Style, choose Classic. We want it to format only cells that contain a value or a number less than 0. What we want it to do is we want it to format giving us a light red fill. Click OK. So now what should happen is these cells automatically should be filled at that light red because they are less than 0. Okay, cool. Here in cell A13, add total. In cell A14, add average. A15 highest and A16 lowest. All right, now we don't want to total every single number because it doesn't really help out. Like if we add all the initial price per shares, that's not a number that would be helpful to us. Nor would the like percents there. So let's select F4 through F13. Click Auto Sum. Repeat that step for H and I. Delete it. All right, so for the averages, we're going to have to do this a little differently each time. So I'm going to help you with the first one, and then you're going to do, I'm going to show you how to do the highest and lowest, and you're going to do that on your own. So for the average, put your cursor in cell D14. Go up here and click the down arrow beside Auto Sum and choose Average. Now it says, do you want to do the average of D4 through D13? No. I want to do the average of D4 through D12. So all I do is with that D4 through D13 selected, I just use my mouse to tell it what I want to do differently. Or you could press enter and then go up to your formula bar and just fix it and press enter again. This is the easier way to me. Press enter. Now you should be able to fill that across. The only thing is we need to fix the formatting. And go up here and choose currency. You can wait to fix this at the end so that way you can do all 3 of these at the same time. So you would just select these 3, or I can go ahead and do it. Click percent style and increase the decimal twice. Oops, sorry. Okay. So for the highest, that is what's called maximum. You're going to do the same thing, Auto Sum, max, and for lowest you would choose minimum, and then you're going to have to rechange the cells that you want to give the max and the min for. All right, go ahead and do that on your own. Then select your numbers here, tell it currency style, click your percents, percent style, increase your decimal twice. All right, let's add some cell borders for our totals. So select here A13 through J13. Go up here to Cell Styles and choose Total. I should put those numbers in bold and give you a top and double bottom border. Okay, after you do the totals, we are done with the Excel desktop app version of this project. Go ahead and hit save.